Hi, my name is Justin Brown, founder and lead investigator of Interface Death, and in this video I'm going to give you an in-depth tutorial on how to build a camera rig that I use in the field of paranormal research investigation. Everything that you see here, minus this hardware here, is all bought from ghosthuntingsource.com. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a step-by-step build and assembly of this, and I'm going to explain why I built it and what gave me the inspiration for it, and hopefully if you like it you'll be able to build one for yourself. Okay, first things first, we got a pretty standard grip that you can pretty much buy anywhere that has video camera accessories. It's got a 1/4 inch by 20 thread on the top of it, so it will thread into pretty much any accessory used for video cameras. We have this bar right here. It's made by Phantom, the same people who make the Phantom IR lights and accessories for ghost hunting gear. As you can see here, it's pretty long. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 holes here, so you can mount many things on it. And you see here that's got a 1/4 inch by 20 thread in here, and on the bottom it has a place where you can mount the grip. Also, standard L bracket with the connectors. You have, this is optional of course, but this is another device I mount onto the rig. It's a Mel 8704r REM SDD made by Gary Gulka. We got some IR lights here. They're pretty standard lights. These are made by a good friend of mine named Terry Willoughby. He makes lights for Darren Huff, who's the owner-operator of Ghost Hunting Source. He sells all kinds of different lights, but if you like these specific lights, I will give you a link to Terry Willoughby Facebook so you can contact him and maybe he can build you some if Ghost Hunting Source don't have them. But any lights with these connectors will work. Okay, right here I have a DXG full high definition video camera converted to IR sensitivity by Gotcha Ghost. You can buy this at Ghost Hunting Source. Alright, the second camera I use for the rig is a little camera called an SVP. What it pretty much is kind of like a GoPro camera. You can use it to mount on handlebars, helmets, and any type of camera rig. It has comes with accessories to allow it to be submerged in water. Pretty much like a GoPro, but a cheaper version. This one I bought at Ghost Hunting Source, and it's converted to IR, and that's why I use it, because it's got night vision. It's got a wide angle lens. As you can see, it is let's see if I can read it here. It's a 3.11 9.3 millimeter lens, fixed focus. It's nice. Okay, it's a little bit expensive after the IR conversion, but if you know how to do them yourself, the conversions yourself, all you do is you take the camera apart, take the unthread the lens, pluck the IR filter out of it, reassemble it, screw it back down, make sure the lens is back in focus, and you have an IR sensitive lens. You just need a light. Okay, you'll see here all this hardware. This hardware I got at my local hardware store. You can go to anywhere, Lowe's, any hardware store, a family hardware store. The 3 bolts here, I got a 1 inch, 2 inch, and a 6 inch. They're 1/4 inch by 20 threads. This is like I think it is a 24 by 1/2 inch with a washer with the corresponding nut. And also you're going to need this type of bracket, 2 washers, and this little tiny rubber washer. I'll tell you what that is used for. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to assemble it piece by piece. The first thing you want to do is you take this piece right here, and you're going to have to take the stuff off of it. And I've reassembled it for you so you can see me take it all the way off. You take off these connectors, You're only going to use one of them for the actual rig, but you can use as many as you want, and you can change this configuration, okay? You do not have to use a specific configuration if you don't want to. Okay, once you do that, you're going to leave this end connector alone. What you're going to do is put your finger here and unthread this off the bar. Let's see if I can get it. And you're going to take these pieces and set them aside, but you're going to save these little pieces. And I will show you what they're going to be used for after we get these off. Okay, now you got this. The first thing, now if you're using a Mel meter, the first thing you want to do is mount that. So you get the grip on there, and it's got this little wheel to let you thread it in. Okay, just like that. First thing you're going to want to do is grab the Mel meter. You're going to flip it around and you're going to see the threads there. You're going to take this and you're going to thread it in carefully, not to damage your device, just like so. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take these pieces. I use a small one for the end for the IR light. You can use one that's the same size as this or any other size in between. It doesn't matter, just your preference. You're going to take this and you're going to take this little piece here, okay? You're going to put the bolt through the bottom, and you're going to take the small Teflon washer and you're going to thread it in. You're going to take a nut and you're going to thread it in and thread it all the way down. Okay, you're going to thread it down just like this. Okay, you're going to take the longest one. Okay, and you're going to do the second one to the left, put it in through the bottom, and you're going to place the Teflon washer on there and another 1/4 inch by 20 nut, and you're going to thread that on next. Okay, now once you got the second long bolt attached and secured, you want to attach the L bracket. And the first thing you need to do is put this one in and get the first bolt, and you're going to screw it down without the washer. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to get this bracket here and you're going to carefully slide it down. Get this washer, place it there, then put the rubber bolt on, and then get the nut on. The washer's there so the bolt don't go through the bracket because it's small and the hole in the bracket is large. What you want to do is tighten that down. Okay, the reason you do the millimeter first, as you can see here, you can't thread it on with all these bolts on there. It's in the way and it doesn't make it easy to assemble, but as you can see, it's the only way you can do it. Okay, now time for the L bracket. First things first, you got your L bracket here. You want to put your camera on it first. Okay, you take your camera and you thread it in. Now, if you have a different camera, this configuration may not work, and I'll tell you why. What you'll run into is when you assemble this, you're going to have bolts attaching the L bracket onto the camera, and that flip out LE screen may not have clearance if you have a standard video camera. you know, pretty much like any type of, you know, regular video camera, instead of like this little handheld one, it may be too wide and you may not be able to flip it out. So you may want to have to adjust the configuration of the build of it to accommodate that. But once you get that on there, you screw this in like so to the bottom of the L bracket. Okay, you want to make sure that the camera is threaded in the right position here, so you want to make sure that you have to adjust this, and this is the tricky part that may not work the way you want to. Okay, there we go. Okay, now swing this around. You're gonna hold it like that. Now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to feed this in to the top, but you want to connect the brackets like this. Put the washer on the bottom. Okay, the L bracket goes on the bottom. Washer there. There we go. Now you're going to be able to put the nut on top, tighten it down. Now what I do is I'll take a screwdriver to hold it in place to do the final tightening. You want to tighten it just enough to where it's secure, but you can be able to move it like so, and you want to straighten it out like so. Okay, and see how I adjusted that camera a little bit forward, and there, now you have your camera mounted. Okay, next thing you can do is take one of these connectors, thread it over here where your IR. Okay, now you can see here I got this connector on. Take the SVP, you can see the threads on the bottom here, put it on top, thread that in there. Okay, you can come in, put your IR lights on, tighten them down, and now you have your rig set up. Okay, as you can see, you have a camera with IR lights facing forward, and you have this right here facing towards your face with a light back at your face, and the Mel meter, which is optional, mounted to this rig as well. And the purpose for this rig is to have everything that you need mounted on one rig. You can hold it with one hand or balance it with the two, see? And now you have video that you can shoot forward, you can shoot yourself, and you can take EMF readings, temp readings, and have the REM technology all right here in one rig. When you do EVP work, it's nice to have the camera faced at you, and this headset mic I use so I can record what I say, what comes out of my mouth, if I make any breath noises or any unconscious phrases. During EVP research, a lot of people just run a recorder. They don't videotape or record themselves during the session, and that can allow for contamination in your. Like I said, this is all built from gear that you can buy at Ghost Hunting Source. It's my own design. I really haven't seen similar rigs that are handheld. I've seen rigs that you put on a tripod and you just kind of face one way, but this is built so you can record yourself and record what's in front of you simultaneously. So that is the main purpose of this, and what inspired me to do this is the type of research I do when it comes. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'll leave all the links to get all these parts, where to get them, so you can get them if you'd like. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial, and good luck out there in the field. Thank you.